Holy shit, there was just a drive-by. Those gunshots?
Yeah, we can hold on.
What happened?
Now I don't know why they take it so goddamn long. Over here, hey.
So before you invest in the hood, there's some things you need to know about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Loaded.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, you know. Yeah.
Mike, you call me, man.
All right.
See what you're talking about.
I'm Mike Jones, and I've been invested in this hood for 20 years. I bought my first house in 2001. It's 2021 now. So before you invest in the hood, there's some things you need to know about. I, like so many others, like the hood because of the risk return. It's a high risk property, but the returns are higher. What does that mean? Well, you can buy a house in a nicer neighborhood for $200,000 and it might rent for $1,250 a month or $1,500 a month. Or you can buy a house in the hood for $50,000 and it might rent for $750 a month. So if you do the math there, if you got 4 of those at $50,000 a piece, the same $200,000 investment, now you got $3,000 a month coming in instead of $1,500 a month. So that's double the ROI. So that's one of the good things about investing in the hood. Now there's some bad things and there's some really ugly things. This video, I'm going to talk about some of the ugly things and some of the bad things that I've had to experience as a landlord on this property. I showed up here today, the tenant's out of town. Let me show you what I found. Okay, so it looks like we got an attempted burglary. They cut the lock off the gate. They came up to the back door over here. They took a hammer or something and knocked off the doorknob, and then they tried to pound their way in past the deadbolt. So, you know, just because you got a lock and a deadbolt, don't be thinking that your house is all extra safe. They tried to come in through the back window, left that open. Just about totally destroyed the door jamb. So it's the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is the ROI. The bad and the ugly is you got to deal with somebody always trying to steal your stuff. It's usually a neighbor. So I'm gonna replace these locks, and then I'm gonna go over to the neighbor's house and see what they saw. He's always outside. He's always got people coming and going out of that place. They're always tearing down cars and stuff they're not supposed to do. Definitely buys in the hood. No, I mean, I need you to do a better job with the security guard service.
Over here, hey.
Yeah, man, somebody tried to break in the back door.
You know something? The back door.
Yeah.
You know, I came by to that gate back there last weekend. That's what it is. They tried to break in the back door, hey.
Yeah, they broke the chain off the back gate, and then
Yeah, I know about
they
it.
pried their way through the screen door, and then it's like it beat the doorknob off with a hammer, and then they were trying to pound the deadlock out too.
So Addison, busy Addison.
Yeah.
I thought you had an alarm on that motherfucker.
Uh,
Because I remember them motherfuckers trying to break in this motherfucker and go off and shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Tell you what, I'm getting ready to get out of here my damn self.
It's hard to say who it was, but he said he noticed the back gate busted open last weekend, so it wasn't too long ago they tried to get in here. So we'll get it secured and then hopefully keep people out of here. Thankfully, thank God they didn't get past this deadbolt. I mean, they beat on it pretty good with a hammer. Because, you know, they weren't coming in here to steal baseball cards. They were coming in here to steal the furnace, the hot water tank, the fridge, the stove. They'll start ripping the wire out of the wall. Water pipes if they're copper. The electrical panel. One time I bought a house. House had everything. There was a guy living in there. By the time I got the title, went to go look at my new house. Everything was gone. The kitchen cabinets, the toilets, the furnace, all the mechanicals, the lights, the doors, the windows. The only thing that was left was the hardwood floor. So they literally stole everything that wasn't nailed down. Well, unrest assured, they'll be back. So we've got the door secured. I'm just gonna add a little extra security. We got some 2x8s. I'll try to get them. I'm gonna try to get them into the stud. So if they do breach the door again. I don't think they're going to be coming back through this door. They'll find an easier way in. They'll pry some bars off a window or something, but I think we're okay for now. So we're all buttoned up. Just another day in the hood. So one time I came over to this house to fix the back door because somebody else kicked it in and it blew all the wood. The door jamb. It blew it all straight off the wall. The tenant had gone out of town and she left her dog inside there. A big pit bull. That poor dog was down there. I walked down these steps and that poor dog was locked in this little area right here. And that dog had pooped and peed all week long. Big turds. Disgusting smell. And this gal is in New York City. So, pretty sure that's a crime. Should have called the Humane Society. I don't know. But anyways, I was the guy that had to clean it up. So, you know, it happened here in this house. So that's horror story. That's ugly. That's the second ugly that happened here. Same house, story 3. Moved in a nice young couple. They just had a baby. They were in love. They weren't married. But he had an okay job. They qualified, so they're here This is when the place was brand spanking new. They're here about 3 months. She sees a mouse in the house. She totally freaks out. So I get it. I totally get it. So we set out mouse traps. We call the exterminator guy. He did his job, set out some more stuff, more traps. And then she decides that he's not making enough money. She wants to break up and they need to break the lease. So she calls me and blames it on a mouse. And I said, well, according to our lease agreement, I'm sorry, I'm not going to refund your deposit. You've only been here 3 months. So she goes ballistic. When I come over here to get the keys, I bring my maintenance guy just to make sure I have a witness. And then the couple is here. She's cussing him out. She's cussing me out. She's making all kinds of threats, you know. My maintenance guy was protected by the Second Amendment just in case they went totally left on us. But anyways, we got the keys and they left. So that's story number 3. That was bad. Could have been worse, but they did leave. They weren't here long enough to tear anything up. Same house, another story. I go out of town. I rented this out to a family member. I come back in town. This room was brand new. I mean, it was freshly painted, brand new carpet. This gal was in here, not the tenant who was on the lease. They moved in somebody and they were here maybe a month, and they destroyed the walls. If I show you, it's like, you know, they had stuff hanging all over the place. Not only did they destroy the walls, but they also were kind enough to destroy the carpet. Mind you, this was brand new carpet, but they spilled Hawaiian punch in here. So, you know, it's not really that uncommon. You rent a property out to somebody and then you put it in the lease. Hey, nobody can be living here unless they're on the lease. You want to know who's in the house, you know. You just need to know who's in the property for insurance purposes, for your own peace of mind. It's your property. You're the guy who has to pay the mortgage, pay the taxes, pay the insurance, the upkeep. You're entitled to know who's there. And if you say nobody else can stay there, then they should respect that. But in this case, they didn't. They tore this room up. I rented out to one person. They were supposed to be upstairs. They decided to move in a girl that they thought was attractive. It didn't work out how he wanted it to work out. There was no quid pro quo. And she moved her son in, who was a copper thief that was going around town, you know, breaking into vacant properties and stealing stuff, which I really have a disdain for those type of people. Why? Because they literally have broken into my property and stolen all of the copper out. Not this property, but another property. So anyways, these are the things you need to know if you're thinking about investing in the hood. You know, there are good people here. There's good neighbors, there's good tenants, there's good homeowners. You know, for the most part, it's just people trying to live their lives. They want to be safe, they want to be happy. And if you think you want to invest in the hood, you really need to know what you're getting yourself into. Well, that pretty much wraps things up over here. Let's go undercover and see if the neighbor knows anything. Holy shit, there was just a drive-by 1 block over. Looks like a white Impala. Heard about 8 gunshots. Have to be a bunch of police over there. Those gunshots?
Yeah, we saw that.
What happened? Did they shoot somebody or just the car?
I mean, it looked like it because both cars were right by each other. I saw the bullet. And then you can see the bullets and the smoke coming out of the gun.
What was the other car?
That one sped like that one backed up before I really got a good look at it. Like the one that I saw that got shot at was that car, and yeah. Ugh. my nerves were shot though, because I like to see like the smoke coming out of the gun and everything. Like I mean, it was.
It was a
Christ.
drug deal gone bad?
Probably. Oh my God. Just the other night though, like that was another that happened, you know, over here, or, you know, and like the people open fire on each other. It's just like, what the hell, and all the freaking sideshow shit people keep doing. And, oh, but this, like, I don't know, it's just ridiculous. You can't even like hang out in a park or like hang out in the neighborhood without people being like crazy.
Just another day in the hood.
I know, right?
Be safe. Hey, I'm Mike. What was all the gunshots, man?
I don't know.
I heard the cars.
Yeah, they was right down here, and the guy, white Grand Am, went flying down through here.
Yeah, I heard him squealing.
And now they're, I don't know why they taking so goddamn long. I don't know if they cut the lock or not, but they were back there.
All right. Yeah, someone tried to get in the back door.
You need to get somebody in there because late last year, that house caught on fire.
Yeah.
Homeless people saying about a month later they got that one.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Well, he says he don't know nothing, but the first two guys that were walking around, those guys are on some drugs. They're probably more likely suspects. We'll keep our eyes peeled. We got the lights on over there. Got some bulbs on the back porch. Got the deadbolts locked. So we should be good and safe. Just another day in the hood. Oh man. There's your gangbangers. You got everything on this block. You got everything from copper thieves to gangbangers. That's the third house they done burned out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Loaded.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, you call me, man.
All right.
See what you're talking about.